Welcome to our channel where we delve into the darkest corners of reality. If you're seeking comfort, turn back now. But if you crave the chilling embrace of fear, you've come to the right place. Today we bring you 3 terrifying, true, scary stories that will send shivers down your spine. So turn down the lights, lock your doors and prepare yourself, because what you're about to hear is truly terrifying. Deep in the heart of Salem, Massachusetts stands the Hawthorne Inn, a place where history and mystery intertwine. Built in 1865, the inn has witnessed centuries of life, death, and lingering echoes of the beyond. Its walls have absorbed countless stories, some joyous, others filled with sorrow and despair. But it's room 104 that holds a sinister reputation, steeped in an unsettling history. Guests have reported strange occurrences, and many refuse to stay there after hearing the tales. Our story centers around Sarah and David, a young couple drawn to the inn's charm, oblivious to the darkness awaiting them. They were eager to explore the historic town and enjoy a romantic getaway. They checked in on a crisp autumn evening, the air thick with the scent of fallen leaves. The inn's warm glow seemed inviting, a stark contrast to the chilling events that would soon unfold. From the moment they stepped inside room 104, a palpable chill clung to the air. The room felt different, as if it were alive with an unseen presence. Unsettling whispers seemed to emanate from the walls, too faint to decipher, yet impossible to ignore. It was as if the room itself was trying to communicate with them. As the night deepened, the whispers grew louder, morphing into chilling, disembodied voices. The atmosphere grew heavier, pressing down on them with an almost tangible weight. Sleep offered no escape. Each time they drifted off, icy hands gripped their arms, their names hissed into the darkness. The terror was relentless, invading their dreams and waking moments alike. Objects moved mysteriously in the dead of night. Lamps overturned, furniture scraped across the floor. It was as if the room was alive, its malevolent spirit determined to torment them. Driven to their wits' end, Sarah and David tried to flee, but an invisible force held them captive. Panic set in as they realized they were trapped, prisoners of the room's dark will. The doorknob refused to turn, the windows wouldn't budge, as if the room itself was determined to keep them prisoner. Their desperation grew with each passing moment. Desperate, they huddled together, their fear solidifying into a terrifying reality. The room's oppressive energy seemed to feed off their terror, growing stronger with each passing hour. Days turned into an agonizing blur of terror, each night more harrowing than the last. The once charming inn had become a prison of nightmares. They documented their experiences in a frantic journal, a testament to the horrors they endured. Each entry was filled with fear and desperation, a cry for help that went unanswered. Eventually, as dawn broke, the unseen force receded. Exhausted and terrified, they escaped room 104. The morning light felt like a lifeline, pulling them from the depths of their nightmare. To this day, room 104 remains sealed, a chilling reminder of the terror that unfolded within. The inn stands as a silent witness to the horrors that lie behind that door, a place where the past refuses to rest. Our next tale takes us deep into the isolated backwoods of the Pacific Northwest, a region known for its dense forests and mysterious aura. The small town of Oak Haven, nestled amidst this wilderness, is a place where folklore and reality intertwine. It's a town where every resident has a story to tell, and the line between myth and truth is often blurred. It was here on a crisp October morning that a group of hikers ventured into the dense woodland. The air was filled with the scent of pine and the promise of adventure. The group, led by experienced hiker Chris and his girlfriend Emily, set off on a trail through the heart of the forest. They were eager to explore the uncharted paths and discover the hidden beauty of the woods. However, they were ill-prepared for the chilling turn their adventure would soon take. What started as a joyful trek quickly turned into a harrowing ordeal. As the day wore on, a thick fog rolled in, blanketing the woods in an eerie silence. The once clear path became obscured, and the familiar sounds of the forest were muffled. The trail grew fainter, swallowed by the encroaching undergrowth, leading them deeper into the unknown. Each step seemed to take them further away from safety. The forest fell eerily silent, the air thick with a palpable sense of dread. The once vibrant woods now felt like a labyrinth of shadows and whispers. It was then that they noticed Emily was gone. Panic set in as they realized she had vanished without a trace. One minute she was beside Chris, the next she had vanished, swallowed by the dense fog. It was as if the forest itself had taken her. Panic set in as they desperately called out her name, their voices swallowed by the oppressive silence. The forest seemed to mock their cries, offering no clues or answers. They searched for hours, their initial hope fading with the dwindling daylight. Every rustle of leaves and snap of twigs heightened their anxiety. The woods now felt alien and menacing, every shadow seeming to conceal an unknown danger. The once inviting forest had transformed into a realm of fear and uncertainty. As darkness enveloped the woods, they stumbled upon an old abandoned cabin. It stood as a silent sentinel, offering a glimmer of hope amidst the encroaching darkness. Driven by desperation, they approached cautiously, their hearts pounding. The cabin's presence was both a comfort and a mystery. The door creaked open, revealing a dusty interior seemingly untouched for decades. The air inside was stale, filled with the scent of decay and forgotten memories. Inside, they discovered Emily's backpack, lying open on the floor, her belongings scattered around it. It was a chilling reminder of her sudden disappearance. They searched the cabin and the surrounding woods, but found no trace of Emily. The forest seemed to have swallowed her whole, leaving behind only questions and fear. The mystery of her disappearance continues to haunt the town of Oakhaven to this day. The forest, once a place of beauty and adventure, now holds a dark secret that may never be uncovered. Our final tale takes us to the outskirts of a forgotten town, shrouded in an eerie silence. The kind of silence that makes you feel like you're being watched, even when you're alone. Here, on a windswept hill, stands the silhouette of the Cranbrook Mental Asylum. Its darkened windows and crumbling facade tell a story of neglect and abandonment. Abandoned for decades, Cranbrook has become a sinister landmark, whispered about in hushed tones by locals. The building is overrun with vines, and its once sterile halls are now filled with decay. It was here that a group of college students decided to spend a night exploring the abandoned asylum. They were drawn by the thrill of the unknown and the allure of the supernatural. Armed with flashlights and fueled by a mix of adrenaline and fear, they stepped across the threshold. The creaking door seemed to groan in protest as they entered. The air inside was thick with the smell of decay, dust motes dancing in the stale air. Every step they took kicked up more dust, adding to the oppressive atmosphere. As they ventured deeper, the oppressive atmosphere seemed to close in around them. The narrow hallways twisted and turned, creating a maze that was easy to get lost in. The silence was broken only by the sound of their own footsteps echoing through the long, empty corridors. Each echo seemed to mock their presence, reminding them of the countless souls who had walked these halls before. They wandered through the labyrinthine hallways, passing by rooms that still held the remnants of their former occupants. Old furniture, medical equipment, and personal belongings lay scattered, untouched for years. It was in the asylum's abandoned library that they encountered her, the ghost of a young woman. She seemed to be searching for something, her presence both tragic and terrifying. The students froze, their blood turning to ice in their veins, their breaths caught in their throats. They could hardly believe their eyes, yet the ghostly figure was unmistakable. The ghost turned towards them, her pale face contorted in a silent scream, her ethereal hand reaching out. It was as if she was trying to communicate, to tell them something important. Panic surged through the group, their carefully constructed facade of bravery crumbling. They could no longer contain their fear, and it erupted in a desperate bid for escape. They stumbled back in horror, their flashlights slipping from their grasp, plunging them into darkness. The sudden loss of light only heightened their terror. Blindly they scrambled to their feet, desperate to escape the clutches of the haunted asylum. Their hearts pounded in their chests as they navigated the darkened halls. The students never spoke of what they saw that night, but the memory of the ghost of Cranbrook continued to haunt them. It was a night that would forever be etched in their minds, a chilling reminder of the unknown. Thank you for joining us on this chilling journey into the heart of darkness. If you enjoyed these stories, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more spine-chilling content. We're constantly exploring the darkest corners of the web, seeking out the most terrifying tales ever told. And remember, sometimes the scariest stories are the ones that are true. So sleep tight and keep a light on. You never know what might be lurking in the shadows.